Hey everybody, it's Tony with Big T Bariatric, and I'm back at you with another video. Today it is Wednesday, February 1st. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. If you could do me a huge favor, please hit the subscribe button down below. Let's get this thing to 3,000 subscribers. And if you're already a subscriber, please leave a like, please leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. What I want to react to today is a few clips from Fat Talk. And yeah, there are several people, many, maybe even millions of women on here and men who are trying to normalize obesity, who are trying to, make fat positivity a part of normal society. And so I would like to react to some clips. I just kind of went through and found some clips. But first, in yesterday's video, I did say I wanted to make a video showing where Tammy Slayton is today, or Tammy Willingham now that she's gotten married, just to kind of show the progress, the real progress that she's had. I had some things to say about how TLC sort of tries to play it up that Tammy is at her worst that she's ever been. She's so fat and everything else. And so here's a clip from her TikTok where she says that she's not even allowed to talk about her weight loss and her weight loss journey or anything like that. So I kind of think it's sad and it's disgusting. And I know she's under contract with them, but for them to say that she can't even talk about her weight loss, I think it is ridiculous, because her weight loss is going to help inspire so many other people. But to them, they want to play up this image that she's this fat hog, when in reality, she's actually done the work and she's doing pretty good. And you're about to see in this clip just how good she's looking right now. So let's watch.
I really wish I could talk about all the stuff that's going on with my weight and my hair and my clothes and my marriage. I can't.
She can't even talk about her marriage. Like, how much of her life is under contract with TLC that she's not even allowed to talk about her freaking marriage or her weight loss. But you can see that she's doing really good. She looks like she's lost a lot of weight compared to the last time we saw her on TV.
I'm still under contract. Season 4 is coming out January 17th. That's the premiere, sorry. That's when it's premiering. But that's only 8 episodes of a series of 16 episodes. We start filming season 4B at the end of this month. So I can't give TLC FOMO, and FOMO means fear of missing out, but I can't. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate your comment. Thank you.
Yeah, people in the comments yesterday were like, Tammy is always just going to be that fat cow. She's always going to be the loud, obnoxious one. But when you watch her TikToks, she does not seem like that at all. That's not part of her personality, it doesn't seem like. So I don't know how much of her personality, her loud, brash personality that TLC made up. But man, just to not be able to talk about your marriage, to talk about your successes and your weight loss, but at the same time the company you work for is playing up how fat you've gotten for ratings, I just think it's disgusting to me. I couldn't do it. For all the money in the world, I would rather try to bring some positivity in the world with my weight loss and try to tell real stories of people who struggle with their weight loss. And so Tammy's looking really good. I'm really proud of her. I wanted to show that because I think you guys should know that Tammy has done the work. She is doing really good right now. And so I don't know what that's going to mean for her show, whether or not it's going to get canceled after she loses the weight. Or it looks like in the show anyways that Amy is gaining weight because she's pregnant. And I don't know if she's still pregnant right now, but as of the last episode that I saw, which I'm not going to watch anymore of the show, but it looked like she was just eating like crap and gaining weight because she was pregnant. So I don't know if they're going to go back and forth just to keep the seasons coming, or if this is going to be the last season if they both lose weight. But that was just a Tammy clip. So this next one here is thank you for reminding me that we are not burdens. Walking is a fat person. This should be interesting.
So I saw a creator this morning talking about kind of the burden as a fat person when you go on a walk, and like how you're worried that people, or that you'll slow people down because you need to walk a little bit slower, or you may need to walk a little bit slower. And it reminded me of a walk I went on this weekend with some family. And basically we went on a walk. I couldn't tell you how long it was, maybe 2 miles, relatively flat incline. And I was keeping pace. I was very aware of whether I was huffing or puffing, because just as a fat person you always are. And I was walking with one family member on our own, and they turned to me and they went, "Hannah, are you able to cope on this walk?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's a really lovely walk. It was like in the middle of the countryside. It was really lovely scenery, and I was fine." So I was like, okay, interesting phrasing, but okay. And then when we got back home, a family member who couldn't make it on the walk said, "Hannah, like, did you cope with the walk? Were you okay with it?" And I said, "Yeah, I did. It was fine. I was fine." And this question wasn't asked to any straight-sized person who was in the group. And talking to my partner afterwards, we both came to the conclusion that they obviously felt, or they judged that based on my size and then their perceived unfitness or unhealthiness that I must have, that I would struggle on that walk. And obviously I didn't. And
you just said you were huffing and puffing, as any normal fat person would do. Like, you're feeling judged because people in your family or people around you are concerned that you're struggling with a walk. When you're showing outward signs of distress, huffing and puffing when going on a walk is not normal. That's a sign that you're struggling to keep up, that your body is having a hard time. Your heart is probably pounding. Like, yeah, people are going to be concerned.
And I think they were taken aback by that. And, you might hear that and go, "Oh, well, they obviously care if they're asking." No, because if they did care, they would have asked outright. They at the very beginning going like, "Hannah, like, we're going on a 2-mile walk. It's over this kind of terrain.
They would have asked beforehand. You would have still felt judged. You would have been like, "Wow, they're even asking me if I can do this walk? Like, what kind of fat phobic person are you to ask me that kind of question?" Like, you would have been offended no matter what. And so the fact that you did go on this walk, maybe they did think that you can do it, that there was no problem, but then they saw you huffing and puffing, you're struggling to keep up. So then they were legitimately concerned about you. But now you're saying that they weren't concerned, they were just trying to put you on or something like that.
"Do you have any mobility issues?" And I could have gone, "Thank you so much for letting me know. No, I don't." Or they could have, or if I did, they would have accommodated. But what they did instead is they threw me in the situation to see whether I would flounder or cope, and then asked me. So that's not caring, that's trying to prove a point.
What point were they trying to prove? You said you could do it by just showing up. Like, they probably would have assumed that you knew your own limitations, whether or not you could do the walk. And because you showed up and you knowing how long the walk was going to be, they figured that you can handle it. They had no prejudged or preconceived ideas whether or not you could do it. You showed up, so you think you can do the walk. But then, as you were walking and you were huffing and puffing as you said you were, and probably struggling to keep up because your size is so big, they were legitimately concerned for you, and they asked whether you were able to cope, whether you were doing okay. They didn't ask you because they were judging you or making fun of you or anything like that.
Like, this is an ongoing issue I have with that side of the family anyway. So yeah, it was just a bit blatant, and to be kind of told that I'm a burden, even though I absolutely wasn't, but they assumed I would be.
How did they assume you were a burden? They let you go on the walk. They didn't say anything to you beforehand. If they thought you were a burden, they would have told you up front, which is what you said that you would have preferred, that if they cared, they would have said something up front. But they didn't say anything up front because they didn't consider you a burden. You were a part of the family. You went on a walk. They assumed that you can do it. See, this is the problem that I'm having with the whole fat positivity movement, that if anybody shows any concern at all about your size, about your health, wanting you to look better and feel better, not because of some standard of beauty that's unattainable. No one's saying you have to be a stick frail, thin model. But if anybody shows any kind of care at all about your size, ask about whether or not you can handle this walk or whether you're able to do it well, even though you're showing outward signs of distress, such as huffing and puffing, which nobody else was doing, that somehow they're being fat phobic, that they're trying to make fun of you or judge you or anything else like that. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Really taints the walk. It was a really lovely walk, and I'll always remember it for that instead. So that kind of sucks. So yeah, even if you're not a burden, someone will find a reason for why you are.
At no time did her family burden her. All they did is ask her, were you able to cope? Did you do well with the walk? That's all they asked her. And suddenly she's the victim. She's the one being, told that she's a burden. And that's not true at all. Like, that's ridiculous. All right, so let's watch this next clip.
So thankfully my size and my body does not really keep me from doing personal hygiene tasks. There's nothing wrong if you need assistance.
All right, so the question here is, how do you do to wipe yourself or to take a shower with those short arms? Honest question. So apparently she has short arms and she's got a robust body that should make it difficult.
There are medical devices that can be used to help you wipe, such as a little stick type thing where you attach the tissue or your wipe to it and you can reach around and wipe yourself. For me, just standing does the job. I feel like I can get everywhere, and that works for me.
How does that work for you? Like, yeah, okay, you're able to wipe yourself, but you need a stick device to do it for you. Like, you have to stand up and maybe you could reach yourself, but you have a stick device to help you wipe, and that works for you?
As showering, I have a shower chair that I can sit down on, and then I can extend my limbs to make sure that I can get everywhere. They do have loofahs like on a stick and devices like that you can use to help get everywhere if that's something you struggle with. I also sometimes shower with my partner, who will get those hard to reach areas for me, so that's always an option if if you have it available to you. But yeah, I don't really struggle in wiping or showering, but there are devices.
You're absolutely lying to yourself. You think it's normal for a person to have to use a device, to have to sit down in a shower, to have a partner? I mean, if that's kinky fun time for you to shower with a partner, that's one thing. But you're putting the burden on a partner to wash the spaces you can't reach because you're so big that you can't reach them. Like, that's not a problem for you? Like, you don't realize that something is coming down the line that's going to be bad health issues. You don't care about that. But because you have to use all these other things to help you do basic functions like wiping and showering, but you still don't think there's a problem with your weight. Like,
is out there that can definitely help. Like I said, my shower chair, I absolutely love it, and it makes life a little easier. And who doesn't like sitting in the shower in the water? So
I think most people would say they get in the shower, do what they need to do, and get out. I don't know what she's turning her showers into, that she just likes sitting there in the water. But hey, I'm not judging that part. If you like sitting in the water and showering or whatever, if you like taking baths, that's absolutely fine. But the fact that you need devices and you need a partner and you need other things just to help you do basic human functions is a sign that there's something wrong. All right, here's the next one.
The fuck? Did you know there's 720 carbs in that? 16 carbs per serving, 15 servings per container, times 3. 720 carbs. People make bullshit like this, put it on the internet, and get praised. I, a fat bitch, support a small business and make a little video eating a fucking piece of fudge that has 14 carbs in it and get ripped to shreds. Fuck this fucking world. Fuck this.
One, making Pringles mashed potatoes is absolutely disgusting. I have no idea what they're doing. Two, like, she's prejudging, preconceiving that one person is going to eat that entire thing. One, they might just be making it for the sake of making it. Maybe it's a cooking video. Two, they might be feeding it to their whole family. You know, there's no outward sign that one person's going to eat that entire thing. They might not even eat it. They might take a few bites of it. They might taste it. They might throw it out. Who knows? But you're judging that whole situation and saying, oh, you know, you're making this and it has all these carbs and all this sugar in it, but you're judging me for eating a piece of cake or a piece of fudge or whatever she said that she ate. It's like, seriously? Like, we don't know who the person is making that. Are they fat? Are they skinny? Is this a one-time thing? Like, we don't know their situation, but we know your situation, honey. And yeah, people are going to judge you for eating a piece of fudge when you shouldn't be eating a piece of fudge. Because it's clear you have a problem with food. But you just feel so judged that you're going to say F the world, F this, F that. Because you deem it unfair that this person isn't judged when they could have been, but you don't know their situation, where we know your situation. You're unhealthy. I just thought that was more funny than anything. Well, let's do this last clip here. Alright, so just doing a quick video with a song in the background of you lifting your shirt up and showing that you're 240 pounds. Like, is that supposed to normalize it somehow? Like, you're unashamed of taking a video of you showing everybody your stomach and telling people how big you are? Like, what is the purpose of normalizing obesity? Like, what are you trying to prove? Looking at some of the comments, thank you for so much love on this post. Absolutely, our weight should not be taboo. I literally could not even imagine being under 200 pounds. Like, I love being curvy. So, for her, it seems like she can't even imagine being under 200 pounds. So, she enjoys being curvy and overweight. And so she, in her mind, is trying to normalize obesity for women. Of course, she's getting comments that you are stunning. I wish TikTok was a thing in the 90s. When I was a teenager, you represent my body type, 6 foot, 235 pounds, and also PCOS. I totally agree. Would have spared me so much pain, that's for sure. Okay. So, any type of pressure saying that you should lose weight, that you need to be a healthy weight, is causing you pain because you would rather be overweight than actually have to work towards being healthy. Okay, I get it. I'm 5'6" and 200, and when we gain the PCOS weight, it comes on hard and fast. I'm still working on my mindset with my body, but it's getting better. Okay, you were putting all this work into changing your mindset to try to accept your weight, but you can't put work in to try to get your weight off. Even with PCOS, you can lose weight. Like, you're just using that as an excuse to not lose weight. Well, I have a condition, so because I have this condition, you know, that excuses me from having to lose weight. And I just need to change my mindset about it. I need to normalize being over 200 pounds. You know, we need to make this a thing where people can feel comfortable in their obesity instead of having to change anything. Yes, to normalizing this, 5'11" over 200 here. I didn't want to do this because I'm embarrassed by the fact that I've gained about 20 pounds in the last 6 months. My PCOS symptoms are out of control, but this is my body and I will not be ashamed of how I look. Okay, you're embarrassed by the fact you gained 20 pounds, so you're trying to put yourself out there and saying your PCOS symptoms are out of control. I don't have PCOS, so I don't know if weight gain is a part of it, or if it just kind of makes it more difficult for you to lose weight. So I don't know. I've never had PCOS. I never looked into it, but yeah, normalized normal bodies. That's not a normal body though. Like, you should be able to work hard to overcome those symptoms. There's not a disease or condition out there that just makes you gain weight for no reason whatsoever. you're putting in the work to gain the weight. I don't know. Anyways, that's just my fat talk video for today. I just thought I'd throw together a few clips and just comment on them. I don't understand this whole culture that's trying to take something that's very, very dangerous, that can lead to many, many illnesses and symptoms, that could lead to your death, and trying to normalize it and trying to say everybody else is the problem. The problem is the culture that's trying to change this, right? Obesity should never be accepted. It should never be tolerated. It should not be something that we just say, hey, there's no problem with you being 250 pounds. There should be no problem with you struggling to take a shower and to wipe yourself, and you've got to put that burden on other people to wash you. It's absolutely disgusting that these people think that they're going to change culture in this way. And if I have anything to say about it, then I'm fat phobic, right? Like, you guys don't know the bad side of obesity yet. You haven't met that. Now, I could honestly say that this chick here has seen some of the bad side of obesity, but she's already got fixes for it. She's comfortable in her skin because she's got a stick and she's got a loofah and she's got a partner to clean her. But that's only the beginning, okay? Anyways, that's my reaction video for today. I hope it made sense. I got more reactions coming, so do not worry. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love you guys. God bless you.